In the wake of Caesar's death, many hoped that the Republic would be restored and tyranny ended. That would not to be. Almost immediately after his death, a power struggle emerged for control of the Roman world. After Caesar's death, two men seemed likely to inherit his power. Their names were Octavian, Caesar's adopted son, and Mark Antony, one of Caesar's most successful generals and closest friends. This story begins a year after the assassination of Caesar. Mark Antony is leading an army into Cisalpine Gaul in order to punish the governor for his role in the assassination. This decision was made without the consent of the Senate, who view it as an act of rebellion. They dispatch an army under the command of Aulus Hirtius to defeat Antony. The Senate's army is later augmented when it is joined by Octavian Caesar's private army. At the Battle of Mutina in 43 BC, the Republican forces unexpectedly defeat Antony. Antony and his remaining army withdraw into the mountains. Hirtius is killed in the battle, allowing Octavian to take full credit for the victory. This victory makes Octavian incredibly popular with the average Roman. He uses this to bully the Senate into making him consul, the closest Roman equivalent to president. Meanwhile, the two leaders in Caesar's assassination, Cassius and Brutus, are raising a massive army known as the Liberator Army in the eastern provinces. They hope to one day use it to restore the Republic. Knowing that neither of them can defeat the Liberators alone, Octavian and Antony decide to set aside their differences and form a defensive alliance against a common enemy. Together, their combined army numbers 200,000 infantry and 30,000 cavalry, more than a match for the Liberators' army of 180,000 infantry and 17,000 cavalry. The two massive armies meet at the Macedonian village of Philippi in 42 BC. The battle began on October 3rd. Early in the battle, the Liberators nearly routed Octavian's army and stormed his camp. However, in the southern portion of the battlefield, Antony successfully breaks through the Liberators' defensive fortifications. He then easily took the Liberators' camp. The battle ended in a draw at the end of the day. The battle resumed on October 23rd when the Liberators attacked Antony's camp. This was, however, successfully repulsed and followed by an overwhelming assault. During the onslaught, the Liberators were completely crushed. The battle ended with Octavian and Antony decisively defeating the Liberators. Brutus killed himself after the battle. The Roman Republic died with him. With this victory, Antony and Octavian had defeated all political rivals and now focus on dividing their spoils.
And I will make do with Egypt and the eastern provinces.
However, relations between the two men began to break down when Mark Antony, the most influential member of the triumvirate, abandoned his wife, Octavian's sister, Octavia, and moved to Egypt to start a long-distance relationship with Cleopatra. Octavian was also disgusted to learn that Antony had forgotten his Roman heritage and went native. He used this reason as a pretext to finally do away with Antony, who he viewed as a threat to his own power. In spring 32 BC, the Senate declared war on Mark Antony and his Egyptian allies.
That he has abandoned his wife, his child, and his country. I am asked if he is gone mad, if he is bewitched. I have no explanation. We may weep for him, but then we must do our duty, for he is no longer a Roman, but an Egyptian. And what is left for us to do but fight him and destroy him?
Antony forms a fleet of 230 Roman warships and 60 Egyptian warships. He also forms 22,000 Marines to support the navy. Octavian assembles a navy of 400 warships and 19,000 Marines. The two fleets meet in the Ionian Sea near the coastal town of Actium. Seeing that he was completely outnumbered, Antony tries to withdraw back to Egypt with as many ships as possible. However, with the leadership of Admiral Agrippa, Octavian's navy caught up with him and destroys his navy. He and Cleopatra, however, escape to Egypt, only to ponder a grim future.
Tell the people I died well.
Faced with the little alternative, Mark Antony kills himself in Cleopatra's palace in 30 BC. Cleopatra soon follows him by killing herself with a snake.
Which leaves one looking best? I want no bloating or discoloration.
The snake. But
Is it quick?
40 breaths.
The snake, then.
When he returns home, Octavian celebrates his victory with a huge triumph. He disestablishes the Republic and proclaims himself the first emperor of the Roman Empire in 27 BC, taking the name Caesar Augustus.